Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to actually share anything in a video format today, but as I began to think throughout the course of the day, it probably still is a good thing for me to continue this journalizing that I've been doing. And today I went through my old Facebook links, a lot of the songs I put on my wall over the last year or so. And there was a couple of songs that I located that I haven't actually thought about for a while. One of them I reposted on Facebook today, and it's a song called Lay Your Burden Down by Chuck Girard. And this song is something that it's a song that has really comforted me many times over the course of my Christian walk. And it's one that seems to be very appropriate for the struggles I'm going through recently. I sing this along with Chuck Girard, but singing is not one of my talents. And if the Lord ever decides to change that, I will be gladly willing to sing for you. But I'm not going to subject you to my singing voice at this point in time. I'm going to read aloud some of the lyrics, and it does express a lot of what I believe God is asking of me to do. And it's almost like Jesus could be singing this particular song to me. And it goes like this: lay your burden down. Lay your burdens down. Take your weary life, your heavy load, and lay your burden down. Lay your burden down. Lay your burden down. Get your feet on solid ground. Take your failures to the foot of the cross and lay your burden down. Lay your burden down. You've been trying hard to make it all alone. Trying hard to make it on your own. And the strength you once were feeling isn't there no more. And you think the wrong you've done is just too much to be forgiven. But you know that isn't true. Just lay your burden down. He has forgiven you. In this song, it repeats that same chorus again with lay your burden down. That song, I can remember many times 30 years ago listening to those words and singing along with it. And there were different times when I would be in the midst of a deep struggle where I would have slipped and fallen into the same sin patterns as I had done in the past, and I could feel the heavy burden and the heavy weight of the world upon my shoulders, where I'd actually feel like I just wanted to give in and give up. Yet through it all, God has always been able to carry me through. And now through this difficult time I'm going through in my life right now, I'm trying to be very careful to not speak negative into it. I'm trying to speak the truth and the positive through what's going on. And I also know that I got to be truthful and allow God to minister to what is within my heart. Because I know there are many people who are hurting. Many who, because of life's experiences or just the fact of everything that they see around them, they're going through circumstances where it seems almost impossible to get beyond what is going on within them. And I can understand completely how it feels when it seems like you're in the middle of the storm. And the picture that I have in my mind right now is on a little boat in the middle of the ocean. And that somehow I got to the ocean. Not sure exactly how I got out there, but I got out there. And that's a rowboat with the oars, yet the oars are gone. And as soon as I notice that the oars are gone, I can feel the water start to get a little choppier and a little bit rougher. I can begin to feel the wind getting stronger around me. I can see the dark clouds coming on. And it's getting to the point where the sound of the rushing waves is getting louder and louder. And I can hear the winds coming toward me. And I can see in the distance the storm clouds coming at a fast pace toward me. And the winds are picking up, and all of a sudden it starts raining. And then I hear some thunder in the distance, and I can see the lightning. And it gets closer and closer. And as this comes on, I can feel my emotions start to tense up, and the fear begin to swell up within me. And because as I'm looking at this particular situation, I see myself being alone in the boat, with no support structure, with nobody there to reach out to and say, can I take your hand, and can you help me through this? And I see at this moment that there is a choice that I have to make. I can just give in to the fear and maybe even jump out of the boat when the water starts rushing in, because I'm afraid that the boat's not going to stay afloat. I could do a whole bunch of different things. Or I could just trust that my God is going to carry me, take me through this. And I know that when the storm is the heaviest, it can be difficult to trust God. And I know there are certain situations in my life right now where it is very difficult for me to actually trust that God is going to carry me through. And like I said before, if I were to give specific examples of all of the things that are going around my life right now on this last day of March 2011, I think many would understand why I would feel fear and doubt. Yet I also know that through it all, God has given me a promise. He's going to carry me through. And I'm going to read a psalm right now that sort of speaks to the goodness and the mercy of God. And I think it's so easy at times when I'm in the midst of a trial to keep my focus upon the trial and to turn my eyes and my focus away from God, who can carry me through. So here's the psalm. It is Psalm 136. Thanksgiving to God for His enduring mercy. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, for His mercy endures forever. Oh, give thanks to the God of gods, for His mercy endures forever. Oh, give thanks to the Lord of lords, for His mercy endures forever. To Him who alone does great wonders, for His mercy endures forever. To Him who by wisdom made the heavens, for His mercy endures forever. To Him who laid out the earth above the waters, for His mercy endures forever. To Him who made great lights, for His mercy endures forever. To the sun to rule by day, for His mercy endures forever. The moon and stars to rule by night, for His mercy endures forever. To Him who struck Egypt in their firstborn, for His mercy endures forever. And brought out Israel from among them, for His mercy endures forever. With a strong hand and with an outstretched arm, for His mercy endures forever. To Him who divided the Red Sea in two, for His mercy endures forever. And made Israel pass through the midst of it, for His mercy endures forever. But overthrew Pharaoh and his army in the Red Sea, for His mercy endures forever. To Him who led His people through the wilderness, for His mercy endures forever. To Him who struck down great kings, for His mercy endures forever. And slew famous kings, for His mercy endures forever. Sihon, the king of the Amorites, for his mercy endures forever. In Og, king of Bashan, for his mercy endures forever. He gave their land as a heritage, for his mercy endures forever. A heritage to Israel, his servant, for his mercy endures forever. Whoever who remembered us in our lowly state, for his mercy endures forever, and rescued us from our enemies, for his mercy endures forever. Who gives food to all flesh, for his mercy endures forever. Oh, give thanks to the God of heaven, for his mercy endures forever. And as I'm reading this psalm, I begin to consider some of the things in my life. The depression that I've been experiencing, the financial difficulties, the concerns about my job, the concerns about my health, the concerns about my daughter, the concerns about all the trials and tribulations and failures and weaknesses within my life. I can begin to say the same thing that David quoted here, that to him who delivered me out of depression, for his mercy endures forever. To him who gave me the financial freedom, for his mercy endures forever. For him who has delivered me from every situation and battle in my life, for his mercy endures forever. And I can begin quoting specifically every little detail of every little battle, every little defeat that I've seen in my life. And I can claim that I have overcome because his mercy endures forever. The times that I have fallen into sin and I have slipped and failed over and over again, I receive forgiveness, for his mercy endures forever. For the time that I feel like I'm totally inadequate, I can overcome, for his mercy endures forever. I believe that God is calling me, and likely many others, to be able to begin speaking into our circumstances that we have overcome, for his mercy endures forever. And his mercy wasn't just for the nation of Israel as they were delivered out of Egypt. It wasn't just for apostles Peter and Paul and James and John and Matthew and all the rest. For his mercy endures forever. It's not just for our pastors and our teachers and our evangelists and our prophets today. It's not just for those who we look at within our church communities that appear to have their life together. It is not just for those who we see and hear give testimonies in front of a church. It's for all of us. It's for every single one of us. It is especially for those of us who are in situations like I am, where I need a miracle, I need a deliverance. I need to be set free. That it's for me to be able to claim that I am an overcomer, for his mercy endures forever. To him who has parted all the seas in my life, who has calmed all the storms in my life, for his mercy endures forever. For him who has brought friends into my family that can help me and support me, for his mercy endures forever. To him who has brought people into my life that he has called me to be an encouragement to, for his mercy endures forever. This can be done for every situation, every circumstance in life. And as I'm looking at this thing and thinking through these things, I honestly have tears in my eyes. And I'm looking at this stuff, and I'm seeing it as an opportunity for God to give me healing and deliverance. Here I am, it's March 31st, 2011. I can go back 10 years ago this night. Back then it was a Friday evening, and I was working at Computer Science Corporation in Menands, New York, and I was working the night shift. I remember going to work. I woke up a little late and I had to rush to get there for close in time for my midnight shift. And I was met at the front door by the day shift supervisor, by my supervisor, and by one of the individuals from Human Resources. And I believe also the manager from our department was there. And I was brought upstairs to Human Resources. And I was told that I was being laid off from the position I was in. And they shared this with me with something that they said was good news. That I was being basically fired from my position as a computer operator, and I was being rehired in the mailroom at a cut of salary of 50% overnight. And to me, this was a time when there were child care issues. My young daughter was in daycare. There was a lot of situations going on that made it complicated to kind of work through it. My daughter was, like I said, she was actually in elementary school, and when she was out of school, she was at an age where she needed to be with somebody that was an adult that could watch her. And at this time, I was working nights and her mom was days, so one of us was always with her, 24/7. This was changing that overnight. And on top of that, I was losing a huge chunk of money overnight. In this particular situation, threw me through a difficult situation in time. And this led me to go to Victory Christian Church for the first time. I actually went into the church. I located Pastor Charlie Muller, and he introduced me to one of the other guys, Al, who I spoke with. And I actually cried a little bit. And this was the time when I first started going to Victory Church. And I began to pray at that time and believe that God was going to make a way for me. They gave me 2 weeks off to kind of get my days together and kind of organize stuff. In my first day in the mailroom, I walked into my supervisor's office, and he didn't care if I was there one day, because he felt that I was given a raw deal, and he appreciated the fact that I was willing to go days and take this pay cut and go back into something that was basically beneath my ability to work in. And I went in there and I did the best job I could. But from day one, I began to speak out in faith, and I was claiming that God was going to provide a job, that Jesus had a job for me as a computer operator somewhere. I didn't know where it was, but it was somewhere. And I didn't care what people said. Some people laughed, some people thought it was silly or crazy. I had some people keep questioning me. And one of them one day asked me, said, "Ray, what if two people are putting in for the position? Both believe in Jesus, both are claiming that there's a job for them." My answer was, then there are two jobs. And then it said there's three, then there are three jobs. Whatever answer came up, I gave a positive answer back to them, believing that God was going to make a position for me. And even when I went on job interviews and was rejected, I still believed that God was going to make a provision for me for a job. And in 3 months after I was laid off, I was hired in a position at St. Peter's Hospital as a computer operator. And my starting date there was July 9th in 2001. And I was actually hired, it was near the end of June that year. God was able to bring me through, and He taught me a lesson in faith at the time. And it's a lesson that, because of weaknesses within me, I keep forgetting, and I keep blocking out of my brain. And I've shared this particular job situation to other people as a testimony of how God can make it through for us. And this is a time where I can say that God brought me through there, for His mercy endures forever. And the thing I'm looking at is that God is bringing many of us through many things, many situations. And I want to encourage myself tonight, because I feel like I need encouragement from the Lord. And I want to encourage all those who are listening here, that God is going to get us through. I don't know how, I don't know all of the situations or trials we're going to face. But when you look through the life experiences of Paul, all the things and all the hardships he went through, God delivered him through every single one of them. And when he got to the point where he sacrificed his life for the Lord, that was done. And Paul had the peace in his heart. He knew that he He knew where he was going and who he was with and who loved him. His God never got rid of him, never left him. And even if somebody can destroy our physical body, there is nothing that can separate us from the love of God. And that's what Paul believed in with all his heart and soul. My prayer tonight is that each and every one of us are willing to look to our God and to receive the strength and the peace and the grace from God. And I may or may not share anything tomorrow. The thing I do know is that through every situation and everything, God will be faithful. God's going to bring us through. God's going to deliver us. God's going to be for us whatever He wants us to be. He's going to deliver us and take us into the next step of our life with Him. And God is going to carry us through. And even through tonight, as I sense a little bit of, it's like a little, I don't know exactly how to explain it tonight, but I can feel that there is something going on within me, that God is doing something. There is a move of the Holy Spirit going on within me right now, and I'm, probably take some time with some more worship music as I fly off of here, and I want to encourage everyone just to press into God and allow God to minister His grace and His power and His love. And if anybody out there does need to get into a relationship with God, just turn to Jesus and ask Him in, because He's there. He's there to listen and to love and to comfort. And I just pray that every one of you can experience the deliverance and freedom of God tonight. May God bless each and every one of you in Jesus' name. And as I try to remember every day to keep in mind that Jesus is Lord. Thank you, and God bless every one of you.